Fuck the corporate.
Free speech.
That's what I got to say.
Free speech. I love it. I love it.
Anybody have anything to say?
I love it.
Free speech. Why don't you talk about how the CIA put crack in the ghetto? Talk about AIDS. Talk about real issues.
Yeah, Mike, real shit. I know Mike. Yeah, I ain't just met him today, and I know him.
I was referencing you.
What?
I was listening to your speech.
Yes, ma'am.
And a few other things that was being said also about pressing and stuff like that. And it started to sound a bit isolationist. Is that what you guys are going for? Like, I'm saying, because a lot of times we sit and we talk about what the goal is, and I get the goal. And everybody agrees with the goal. But is your suggestion for the solution to isolate yourself from society completely and just be like, make our own?
That would be
wait, hold on, let me finish the question. You can't answer me, don't know the question. Is the goal either is what you're saying, to isolate completely and create your own, because you'll never be accepted, so don't try, or to create your own to show mainstream that you can achieve? You see what I'm saying? Are you trying to connect with the rest of the world or not?
I would incorporate both of them into my answer. I do agree that we should show them that we can be better than what we have been. But personally, it sounds isolationist because I believe that we're never going to get better as a world until black people have a voice. This is a sleeping giant in America. I am a genius. I know many geniuses, but we're oppressed, so those geniuses are commonly a victim of drugs, opportunities, and things like that. We need to eliminate those drugs and stuff like that. And the only way we're going to do that is to unify and kick out the damn outlaws. If you want to be an outlaw, we're gonna be a group of gangsters and kick the outlaws out of the community. You want to still sell crack? No, crack is bad. That's what we want to do. It's not about, when I say I am isolating it, because in order to solve an issue, you must like be able to pinpoint it. You don't want to be like, let's say black people. That's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And then if you don't have a set plan of like how we're gonna like pinpoint it, and it's never gonna like, you're never gonna go anywhere with it. You know what I'm saying? It's too vague. So like you do have to isolate an issue. Like if your child is acting up and he in a group of children, you're gonna grab him to the side.
So you want to isolate to incubate?
To a certain extent. It will be an incubation, and then we will be ready to integrate into society, as they call it. We were too early to integrate. We were children integrating into a grown man system. So the grown man is going to run that child. You know what I'm saying? We weren't growing up when we got into the civil rights movement and all that stuff. So it's like when you analyze the things, it's like, yeah. I think we should still be at these universities, but don't be at these universities thinking that the only way you're going to be successful in life is to go work at Bank of America. That's not true. You can learn this information and take it and incorporate it and make our own businesses, like we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. In the speech, I said we need to build our own industrial forces so we can hire our own people and invest in each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. And then they'll have children that'll do the same. So
Arturo,
what's up?
So what happened to the industrial forces that existed before us?
See what happened with that? We had crack, we had heroin, a lot of that. I'm from Durham. Durham was known as the Black Wall Street of the East Coast. We had millions of dollars just on Fayetteville Street, and they built this joint called Durham Freeway. And then in the 70s, they bought crack and stuff like that. Y'all can go on YouTube and look at Welcome to Durham, and they'll break it all down to you. You know what I'm saying? And we were like really profitable. They had Tulsa, Oklahoma, which was the richest spot in America that black people have ever had, other than Harlem. I think did Harlem ever get better than Tulsa? Tulsa was it. Tulsa had many millionaires, but you would never hear of that. The Black Wall Street that existed in Tulsa, Oklahoma, because they don't want us to know that we can be great.
So I have another question for you. So seeing that those, cities existed, what happened to those cities to cause their defeat? Like, it wasn't something that spontaneously happened. How do you deter that from happening again? Because
we started going to Mecklenburg County schools.
Negative. Before even integration happened, there were powerhouses in the 1890s that occurred, and they were broken down. So my question is, if we build ourselves back up again, how do we stop it from happening again? Because history repeats itself if we don't learn from history's
We have to learn our own history.
So the thing is, how do you teach people history so they learn from it? And then not only that, then how do we build up our own community so people understand that we are as powerful as our own reflection, and defeat will only come if we defeat ourselves. So how do we teach everyone else that same message? And because the media is not doing it.
How do we do that?
You have to have your own mind. You have to be able to think on your own.
Negative.
Let her propose her solution.
Go ahead.
What happened to the power of a family? See, the people always want to look at everything else. They don't want to look at the parents anymore. They don't want to look at the black family anymore. The deterioration of black people or minority people, it doesn't come from America. It doesn't come from the fact that teachers don't want to teach us nothing. It's the fact that mothers don't want to be mothers, fathers don't want to be fathers, and people don't want to raise other people's children to say, no, sweetheart, this is how I did it. Let me teach you how to do it. No, sweetheart, it'd be harder if you do it this way. Let me show you an easier way. So if you want to talk about something, let's talk about how we teach people how to raise our children. How we teach people how to be better parents. How we teach people how to know right from wrong. Not because they want their children to be the next basketball player or the next greatest, top idol. No, I want to be the next Einstein. Matter of fact, I top Einstein. I want to be my own Einstein. You can call me that if you will. That's what we need to do.
Team Einstein.
Because what's happening is we don't go back and teach our kids nothing. We don't go back and teach our children what we learned and how hard it was. The first thing somebody would say is, I did it. They can do it too. I made it. How'd you make it? Tell me how you made it.
That's where it comes in with social classism and racism.
You gotta be strong, baby.
Why is it so much social classism and racism?
Social classism. Man, what about the sexism?
That just goes back to the paper
Sexism is almost the strongest, man. Classism exists in this world, but sexism is killing us, man.
Why can't we go to our own black people and talk to our own black people?
Because black people are against black people all the time, depending on if you're dark skinned or light skinned.
Exactly.
So until that stops, you can't expect the white man to be doing nothing.
Yeah, that's what I said, man. Black nationalism does not incorporate the white man having to assist us. Honestly,
Yeah, we don't need the white man to do
so we receive federal aid, and I love